everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. It's Friday, which means it's Chibi Friday, and it's also my last stream of the year. I'm going to be taking next week off for the holidays, so this is my very last stream of 2023, so I'm really excited. I am going to do my best to speedrun a Chibi Reindeer. I'm going to try to get it all done in one stream so that it's not carrying over into the new year. The Reindeer, of course, inspired by, Christmas and winter celebrations. So let's start right away so that I can get as close to done as possible. I want to, here's my pencil. I'm going to sketch it. Oh yeah, I have let me get my, Exie, I see you. I'm reaching over, though, to get my reference image up. I have to look at my other screen, which is like 6 feet away. Okay. Okay, I got my reference image up. Let me reorganize my screen over here and zoom in on the reference of the reindeer. Exie, hello! How are you? It's so great to see you for my final stream of the year. I hope you're doing awesome. Yay! Oh! I wanted to start real quick, but this is going to bother me, so let me fix this. It's my pad of square, so-called square, Bristol paper, and it is totally not square, so let me trim this, or else it's going to bother me through the whole stream, and you'll have to hear me complaining about it the whole time, so I'm going to save everybody some heartache by just trimming this real quick. Let's see that, and then this one, and then the other sides are good. Awesome. I'm going to put these in the recycling, and paper recycling, paper trimmer down back where it goes. Yay! Awesome! You're welcome! How am I? I am good. I'm so excited. I'm getting so excited for Christmas is my favorite holiday, so I'm getting really, really excited. This is 3 days until Christmas. I'm so excited. I can't wait for people to open the presents that I made for them and everything. And tomorrow I'm doing a 6-mile Christmas run. I've been doing that this will be the 4th year in a row that I do the 6-mile Christmas run event and stuff, so I'm excited for that. So yeah, I am awesome. Thank you for asking. Okay, so speed running this reindeer. Gonna make it a chibi though, so we make the head really big, and then the body. I'm going to adjust the neck a little bit. The reference has the neck, of course, standing outward from the body, but because it's a chibi, I'm going to curve it inwards a bit, and I think that will help with making it look, even though it's the crazy chibi proportions, it will still look stable, like a stable. Stable because it's a reindeer, but no, it'll look like it can stand. I think this chibi. I want this chibi to look like it can stand, even though it has a really giant head. So make the legs, and they go in, and deer and horses and everybody always has really teeny tiny stick legs in the first place, and then we make it a chibi. Oh, I can't see the feet on this reference. I don't know if reindeer are the cloven hoofed, so let me see. Reindeer hooves. Oops. I'm just looking on my phone real quick. Oh, okay. Perfect. They are cloven, and they have some extra. Oh, you cannot really see that. Let me turn the brightness up. Okay. Whoop. There's some little extra parts. A couple. I wonder if that helps give them traction on the snow. So now I can see what the hooves are supposed to look like. So they are cloven, but then there's little extra bits too. I don't know how much we can see that from this angle. Here's one. And so belly goes up, and then here's the front leg. And neck comes in and comes down for the chest. And then little stick leg at the end of this one. And little hoof. And it's picking up its foot a little bit in the reference. Okay, and then this leg is fairly close to this one, but it's putting all of its weight down on this leg. So here I think we would be able to see those extra, I don't know if you call them toes or what. There. And then we have one more leg. As usual, I got this reference image off of pexels.com. They have tons of free reference images that people put up. So I always recommend that if anybody ever needs to. There's several of them, actually. I mean, they're marketed as stock photos. But for me, that's, reference photos. Okay. Cool, got the body. Let's move my reference a bit. It's kind of hard to get an actual reindeer. When I searched reindeer and I'm like, nope, that's an elk. Nope, that's like a white-tailed deer. You can tell the reindeer more if you look at the antlers. They often have really big, flat pieces instead of lots of long, narrow bits. They'll have like this big, flat one. So that's what I look for to determine whether it's a reindeer. I mean, there's other things that you can look for too. Okay, bringing the hips down a little bit. I think I had them up a little too high, but this is looking good now. The shoulders, a little bump for the shoulders here. And the stomach comes all the way up here. Okay, now to focus on the fun part, the head. So we've got this nice circle, and then it comes down into a point. There's not really like a dip down for the brow and then comes out. It's just kind of this straight line down to the nose. But of course, since it's Chibi, I'm going to smoosh it a little bit, smoosh the nose up, and elongate it top to down. Oh, thank you. Yay, that's good because I try to do this as fast as possible. I want to get it done all in this stream, including coloring, if possible. We'll see. It's cool, this reference image, the mouth is already open, so I'm just going to exaggerate it a little bit to make it, I'm going to humanize it a little bit and make a smile. Put a smile on there. Put a smile on the little reindeer. And then comes down to the jaw, meets up with the neck. Okay. There is a little bit of an angle here where the eyes are. Like where the brow bone, I guess you could call it, is. Then it comes up. The antlers are here. And the ear, it's kind of covering up what the head looks like, but it looks like it's just basically round back into the neck. Okay. Right now it looks kind of like a camel. A little bit more like a camel. Interesting. We're going to add the details and then it will start looking more and more like a reindeer. So let's add this ear. It's so cute. It's already so big. The ears are already so big. So I don't even have to do anything to chibify these ears. They're just gigantic. Naturally gigantic. And just lots of little furs sticking out at the bottom part. Okay, there's one. The other one is over on the other side. You can't see it too much because of the antler. Oh shoot, I realized the antlers aren't going to fit. Well, I'm going to make the antlers small, I guess, because they're not going to fit on this page. If I make them as big as they are on this actual animal who has been photographed here. But I think first I'll add the eye. And again, very chibi proportions. I wonder if this is actually a young I mean, it's clearly not a baby, but maybe it's still a relatively young reindeer because the eye is gigantic already, but we're going to make it chibi. Chibi eyes with super big eye. But I don't want to just make it a circle. I want to capture that naturalistic shape, but just unnaturalistic proportions. Ah, that helps. That helps. No wonder it looks so big. It has a black, kind of like with dogs, it has a black rim. The eyelids are black. All right, excellent. And we'll put a little, the highlight in the eye is going to be a star, of course, because that looks extra cute and it's thematically appropriate to Christmas. Okay. Yay! This reindeer's eyes are totally black in the reference. I do not see any indication of like whether maybe it's dark brown or something. No, it's completely black. So we'll keep it the same for this. So now nostril, I'm going to add nostril on. And just has this black patch. So the nostril itself is black, of course, because the nostril is just a hole. But it's also black colored on the front of the nose right here. Also around the lips as well, toward the front. So get that in there. Sweet. Still looks like a camel though, because it doesn't have antlers on it. So let's add the antlers. Has these cool little dots right where it grows out of the head. There's these bumps, and it looks so decorative. So I definitely want to include those. And then this one's coming out like right here. Okay, I've got to make it small. I've got to make it fit in here. And I'll probably fatten them too. So I'm going to make it shorter and fatter, and that makes it look cute too. Almost as if it has the same amount of matter, but I'm squishing it down. Oh, okay, here's the top edge. That's as far as we can go. And bring that up, back up here. Okay, I'm going to draw an extra line that I'm not going to ink, but there's sort of this connection here. It's hard for me to, I need to redraw this. I'm getting confused about what I'm drawing, what part of the antler is connecting. It's not so easy as just tracing it with my eye. I see now. Let me redraw this part. Okay, so it's like this part of the horn curves around and then sort of goes straight out, and that's what becomes this part. It angles down. Yeah, there we go. And of course, it doesn't have to be exactly the same as the reference photo. There, now I can erase this line. In fact, I'll erase some of these too. Oh, something's hitting my desk. My desk is shaking because I'm erasing and it's hitting something. A little eraser bit on there. Okay. I'm making good time to be able to finish this as quickly as I want. Now I'm not looking at the reference, I'm just looking at how does this antler look and changing it just from the overall effect in the drawing. And I want it to be thinner here. Getting there. Okay, I think that's good. Now I shall just imitate it, but on the other side, because they're fairly symmetrical. Not perfectly symmetrical, but okay. I'm trying to get my little swipey brush. I can feel there's teeny tiny eraser things. I can't see them, so I can feel it with my fingers. So I'm gonna swipey brush to get rid of those so they don't distract me. Okay. Sweet. So this is everything I need to start inking. If I can ink pretty quickly, I think that we'll be on good track to color this during the stream as well, which is my ideal. We're gonna see. Okay. So first thing, just do my big outline. I'm gonna do it first because I feel like that'll save me time, instead of doing all of the lines and then adding an outline on top of those lines again after. So like drawing on top of, what am I trying to say? Inking on top of stuff I've already inked. Instead, I shall just do it first and then ink the rest. This is just an outline. I'm using the 08 size Sakura Micron pen. And I'm adding a little bit of ruffly lines to show where stuff is more fuzzy because of the fur. Sweet, outline done. I'm gonna go down to size 3, I think. I think that'll be a nice step down so that the outside line does look like this bigger border, but it's still a relatively robust size, not going down to super tiny 01 or 02. Big cute star in its eye. And some extra shinies. Yay! Thank you! Whee! It's coming along really fast, just like I wanted. I'm glad I was able to find a reference image pretty quickly too. I was like, oh no, I hope that I don't have to search and search and search. But nope. Found one pretty quick. That was a nice pose and the amount of detail that I wanted, etc. Cool. I think I got all of the main lines inked. So I guess I'll start with this one. I'm going to start with my kneaded eraser to erase most of these lines away, and then I will use a plastic eraser to get any remainder lines. Remaining graphite, that's what I'm trying to say. I did not ink those furs coming out of the ear on purpose because I realized it would probably be better if I ink it not with black but with white ink on top of the color. I think I got graphite on my desk. One of the reasons I like Bristol so much for this Bristol paper is not just because it works really well with ink and marker, but because it's sturdy enough, thick enough that I can erase, and it doesn't so easily. It does not. Some papers it's too easy. You're erasing and it goes whoosh, and then you have this big wrinkle in your drawing. You can end up doing that with Bristol if you're really rough with your erasing. I know, I've done it, but overall it's a lot more sturdy. It's a sturdy paper. Okay, done with that one. I got this big one out, but I never use it because once I've gotten everything else erased, I actually want these smaller ones for the final little detail erasing. So, Exie, you make your New Year's resolutions? You have a New Year's resolution for next year? Thinking about it? Or maybe just continuing to do your project. That's a multi-year project, so you don't really need one for your project. So your project could be one for like, how many? 880 days, right? That's like almost 3 years. I'm thinking about my New Year's resolutions. I don't do stuff like I'm going to give up this or whatever. It's more like a goal for the year that I want to accomplish throughout the year or by the end of the year or something like that. Haven't decided on anything yet, but I have been thinking of ideas. So I love setting goals and then planning how I'm going to achieve it and everything. I think it's just as fun as achieving. The beginning and the end part is always the funnest part. Oh, I've heard that before. Especially I've heard that for writers. Just because if you don't submit your work to anyone, then no one's ever going to approve it. So getting rejections is actually evidence that you are putting your work out there in the world and it's being seen by people. Why do you want to... Oh, okay, exactly. Yeah, I loved hearing that. I was like, oh, wait, that's a great idea, actually. I've heard of, like, writers keeping them as, like, trophies. Not a sad thing, but, like, look at all the... Because I have actually submitted, not writing, but I've submitted art and stuff to contests and calls for public art type of thing. And it's a lot of work. So it's already so much work making the thing that you're submitting, or even just planning the... So if it's like a call for public art, so maybe it's not art created yet, that they want you to create it for the project. So you haven't created anything yet, but you still have all the planning of what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, how it matches with the vision of the person who's put out the call for art and stuff. That's so much work. Just doing that is so much work. Yeah. 50 rejections. So what kind of work are you thinking? Graphic design? Or you were... Oh, wait. You were doing that as gifts, right? Making music. But I think it's good because just because you get I mean, I've already been saying that I think it's good. But another reason why it's good is that just because you got a rejection, that doesn't mean the person dislikes you. In fact, now that means somebody looked at your stuff and you'll be in their mind, and maybe there will be a good project and they'll be like, oh, that one person had the perfect thing for this new project. I'm going to contact them. So there's all kinds of good reasons to put yourself out there, not just to get published or whatever it is. So yeah, that's a great idea. Maybe once I'm finished with my fantasy novel that I'm working on, that'll be my goal. Get 50 rejections, because 50 submissions, that's a lot. That's a lot of submissions to be making. Okay. Well, even though this deer's eye is basically black, I am going to give it a pupil, and I'm going to give it a color to its iris. I think maybe red, because Christmas red, like a red berry. Also, because red's my favorite color, and I think it's cool to have red eyes, so it'll be like a dark red. I wanted to stay kind of naturalistic, but... Ooh, I only have half an hour left, though, so I can't do too much more work on the lines. I've got to get going on the coloring if I want to finish this all in one stream, which I do. It would be awesome if I can finish that. Yay! Okay. Ah, graphic design. Okay. Yeah. That'll be awesome. And then, who knows? You're aiming for rejections, and then you get accepted. And it's like, oh, no, what do I do now? in a good way. In, like, the best way. Yeah, if you don't put yourself out there, who knows what kind of interesting opportunities could be flying by, and you would never know. I'm getting excited for you. That's so fun, submitting stuff. I've been making, all my projects, I always make really long-term projects for some reason. And so I'm not ready to submit anything to anyone yet, because I'm like, it's not done yet. None of my projects are done yet. But that's why I'm going to change up my streaming a little bit next year to focus more on my main illustration work and just stream that, because it was really hard to do my themed streams and also find enough time to finish as many projects in illustration that I would like to do. So if streaming and illustration are all one thing, then it's two birds with one stone, basically. Okay. Let's call that good for the inking, because if I mess around with it too much, I won't have time to color. Let's just go to coloring. This is the Chibi Friday speed run. Let me make sure there's no more little invisible eraser bits. Okay, seems good. Put that away and get my swatch book out. Of course, I'm going to use my usual Copic markers and then colored pencil and white ink on top. Okay. Let me zoom out of my reference image. Okay. So this reindeer is mostly, I think it's like a base of a sort of creamy white fur color. Then a lot of gray and brown, like tannish brown. So let's start with the creamy color. We'll go with this E40. And I'm just going to fill in the whole body with that. E40. Okay. I'm going to try to be careful, because my experience has been that the lighter the Copic marker, the more chance it'll make the ink bleed. Even though it's generally Copic proof ink, these Sakura micron pens, but for some reason really light colored Copic markers pull the ink. Wow, it's already coming to life just with this most basic application of color. Yeah, because of that, I'm just tapping the color on top of the hooves where I drew some hatching lines to add texture. Well, texture and color to the hooves because they're black. They have those sort of ridges because they grow out and they get these ridges on them. And I think that, yeah, it's the same basic colors on the antlers as well. And it's nice, I can color fairly roughly because I know I'm going to be putting a bunch of colors and lines and texture on top, so I don't have to be too careful about it. It's not very smooth texture animal. It's a rough texture with the way the fur is. Okay, that one down. What do I want to do next? I always work as much as possible from light to dark, so I think the next lightest color is the gray. The image I'm looking at has a really cool tint to it, so it looks very blue, but I mean, maybe because it's winter that makes sense, though I don't see any snow. But I want to keep it kind of warm, so I'm gonna go for the toner gray. Now look, which one do I want? I think I'll start with T2, maybe T3. No, let's start with T2. I don't want to go too dark too fast. T2, Terminator 2. Nah, this is a reindeer, not a Terminator. Okay, I've got to leave a little bit uncolored because the inside of the ears is super cute. They're like white. So I think I'll actually add some white ink on top of them too. Okay, we'll go on the other side. The other end of the marker. So the head is so big, I want to color it faster with the larger size. The big chisel tip. Basically the whole face except for this lower jaw. The lower jaw, or just this really end part here, is white. And underneath the chin. And then it starts to be mixed after the head. Mixed between patches of gray and tan. So I guess that's another reason why it seems like maybe this is a juvenile deer. Reindeer. I'm using the bullet tip again, because this will help me give some texture as I'm also adding color. You can't really see any on this other side of the leg, but some gray does go down the neck to where it meets the chest. Okay, so let's add some tan now. Tan color. What'll look good with this one? This color group, this color group. Oh, maybe this. Something like this, or this one. Yeah, let's try E31. Alright, where are we on time? About 20 minutes left, so not bad. Not bad for a little speed run. Okay. There are patches of brown around the nose on the upper jaw. And around the eye. And the forehead. And even coming up the nose too. Maybe I'm even seeing some like just interspersed on the back of the ear. Not like big patches, but just little small indications or peeking through the other fur colors. If you're hearing the tip-tap of little puppy feet, that's Chappy. She was checking out. Someone was doing laundry. I'm right next to my studio. Is right next to the laundry room. So it's not even a room. It's like a laundry hallway. So Chappy was like, "What's going on?" As she laid back down. Oh, welcome! Thank you, Satuito. Thank you, thank you. It's kind of weird because I can see you out my window. Hi. There's a delay. There's a delay, but I waved at you. Satuita is helping us with yard work. I'll try to be a good yard work inspiration, motivation, entertainment. Yeah, the fur is, it's almost like this is actually a summer reindeer because the fur is kind of thin. I think that's good. Wait, no, there's little streaks of brown up the fronts of these legs. And I already sort of got some on the knees here. I'll add some more here too. It seems like more on the back legs than the front legs. Ooh, I think it's looking good. Okay, the antlers. They actually seem a lot darker than the rest of the fur, so I'm going to do those with the next round of color. So let's see, toner, should I go to toner 3? Yeah, let's just go one step up because this is so light. T3, Terminator 3. Okay, the head is definitely the darkest fur. We'll get all of that. Also goes down into the neck. This. And into the shoulders. Okay, let's get the rest of the head. I'm trying to follow the fur pattern as much as possible. The direction of the fur growth. I can't always tell. Sometimes the fur is so small. But I'm also doing this a lot more quickly and roughly than I normally would so that I can finish it on one stream. Sweet. Oh, let's do some antlers. I think a lot of this one is because of the way that light is hitting it. So the antlers are kind of out like this, not straight up and down. Coloring it roughly is actually kind of nice. Gives it a nice, interesting texture compared to my usual stuff. And then I'm just doing little spots here and there because of texture rather than shading. Okay, so let's get a darker tan color. So we did E31. No, not that one. I really like this one. E35. I'm going to go all the way to E35. So 15 minutes left. Just adding and adding and adding. And as I get darker, I'm using less full coverage and more lines, more hatching to add the color. So I don't want to completely obliterate all the stuff I did before. Let it show through this darker stuff. So this time I'm actually going to skip one and go from T3 to T5. Just like with the brown, not trying to completely fill in, instead adding in on top. Leaving space for the other colors to come through, and then the viewer's eye can put it all together. Yeah, I think maybe there won't be time for colored pencils, so I hope I'll at least have time to add my favorite little purple, little touches of purple in the shadows. It's my fave. I think it makes it look so good. Add this to the hooves. It's dark gray, so they're good. Boom. Let's add it to this area around the eye. And this horn really is super dark, this antler. So here actually I will fill it in, it's just so shaded, so much shadow. And over here there's some on this back antler, but nothing like the one closer to the viewer. Wow, it's looking pretty cool. Okay, since we're running so low on time, let's get everything a color on it, and then I can keep adding more if there's still time. So for the eye, I want to do a red eye, but nothing really extreme, I think. I want to keep it kind of natural. So I'm going to do this E07 for the color of the eye. E07. Oh, Wolf, welcome! Yay! I'm so glad I get to chat with you on the final stream. How are you? Oh, thank you for the compliment. I'm glad that you think it's cute. Yay! 3 people joining me for my final stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, I love it. I love that red. Oh, what am I doing? I was going to pick a color, but I didn't actually look at the swatch book. With the swatch book really helps because not always does the cap really indicate the color. I'm gonna go for a pink for the mouth. Let's do this. Yeah, maybe these. No. Let's do R32. Yeah. R32. Oh yeah, that's nice. Of course, I'll need a darker color because it's going to be in shadow in there. but I don't really like putting a bunch of red. I prefer to put brown on top of red in this kind of situation for shading, or maybe even a blue or purple. Oh, what if I just add gray? What if I just add gray? Because in the reference image, the mouth isn't open this much, so you actually can't even see inside. There, that's nice, I think. In fact, I can make it a little bit darker, probably. There. Okay, I think that my next step is maybe adding a little bit more. Yeah, let's add a little bit more tan to these antlers. Man, it's looking good. Okay, I'm gonna skip another 2 from T5 to T7. How are we on time? Less than 10 minutes to finish this Chibi speed run. Yeah, this is nice and dark, so I think that this will be good for the last round of marker. Bit of brown on. I don't know if this will make it look darker, but I'm gonna add a little something to this red so it's not just boring on the eye. I want it to be a little bit more interesting color. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit more variety. Alright, and the nose is sort of super dark too. 8 minutes. I know, 8 minutes. Ah! This is pretty fun. I'm having to do things I don't normally, I normally just take my time and enjoy it, but last stream of the year, I want it to be complete, all in one. I mean, maybe I'll do a little bit of touch-ups while my video is uploading after this, you know? But for the most part, this is an all-in-one Chibi, all-in-one stream. All-in-one stream. Are you being exaggerating, or are you being exaggerating? Are you exaggerating, or are you serious? And it's quite dark right here because the ear is casting shadow right between the eye and the ear right there. And then this part looks like an eyebrow, but it's just like this wrinkle. Oh, it's looking really cute. It's looking really cute, if I do say so myself. Which I always do, so I always say so myself. If it wasn't cute, I wouldn't want to be making it, so. Alright. Little touches. Last little touches. So I think marker is almost pretty much good. Oh, the lip has to be dark gray too. Oh, yes! It's so cute! It's so cute. Yeah, let's call the marker good and just do a little bit of colored pencil, gel pen, boom. Speed run a Chibi reindeer. Chibi reindeer. Chibi reindeer. Okay, I think this is the one I usually use because it's the shortest, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. So adding purple anywhere there would be a shadow. Inside the mouth too. Yep. And I try to do it lighter on these areas that are like really light fur to begin with. And then I can go wild on the areas that are dark color. Oh, that looks so cute. I think I'm gonna do something that I only sometimes do, which is add a little light blue on areas where the light might be hitting. How are we? 2 minutes! 2 minutes! Oh, and I didn't really color this ear over here. Oh wait, I did that on purpose because it was the inside of the ear. Haha, okay. Good. So let's see, I want to add a little bit more black to the around the eye because it's kind of flat looking, this the black eyelids. Kind of like dogs, they have the black eyelids. And then also in the nostril, because the nostril is pretty much black since it's just a hole in the head for the air to come in. Oh, less than a minute. But I will keep going until I'm done because all I gotta do now is add some lovely white highlights. And I especially wanted to add this fur growing out of the ear right here, which I initially sketched with the graphite, but then I decided not to ink it with black because it would look nicer inked with white. And then adding white to this edge here too. And where else? On the antlers where it's getting a lot of light and reflecting. And that will also help this front antler stand out against this back antler here too. Oh, it's time. It's time. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish this little ink stuff. There's a little patch of fur on the nose that's pretty white. Add that, and this line under the nose as well. What I'm gonna do is just a little indications of eyelashes using white. I'm not actually seeing them, but I think it would be cute, and actually I drew it and it does look cute. So doing that too. Where else? Maybe a little bit of shine on the hooves. Oh, thank you, Exie. Yay. Yay, thank you. Final stream. Final stream. Final stream of the year. I think this is the first full year that I've streamed so consistently and everything. This is really exciting for me. Let's see. Maybe a little bit on this one. Especially this one seems to be catching a lot of light, this particular spike, or whatever you'd call it. And right here too. Maybe just a little bit here and there to show white fur, or fur that at least is catching the light. Like on the back here. Off to this side of this arm and belly. Okay, anywhere else that really, really needs some white? Maybe just a touch right under the eye. It's not particularly white in the reference, but it feels like it'll look cute because it is a little bit brighter than the surrounding fur. I made this ear very fuzzy. It's so fuzzy. On these little, I don't know, little bumps where the horn grows out are quite reflective too. They stand out like little pearls. So I'm giving each of those a highlight as well. Okay, this got good. Let's sign it. Oh, thank you, everybody. I was hurrying so much I didn't see your kind messages. Thank you so much. Yay. Yes, happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy solstice, because it was a solstice a couple days ago. Happy Kwanzaa for anybody watching that celebrates Kwanzaa. And any other awesome holidays that I'm not aware of or forgetting. Yay! Here is our little final Chibi Friday Chibi. It's a reindeer. Whee! I think it's a juvenile reindeer, or at least it's getting its summer coat or something. But, I've never done a Chibi reindeer before, so here it is. Hooray! Yay! Thank you, everybody! Thank you for being with me all year and supporting me and making streaming so fun. I'm really, really grateful. I'm so excited. I hope to see you all in the new year. So I'll be back in 2 weeks. No, 3 weeks, because I'm taking the next 2 weeks off. So I'll be back in the second week of January. So I hope to see everyone then. So I will wish you all a wonderful new year. Take care of yourselves. And yeah, that's it for 2023. Thank you for watching.